Hey, good morning guys, Max Gym. I've got my SPR 1000 rack here. I'm going to do some easy curls. So I've got this Titan Fitness Easy Curl Preacher Curl rack attachment that I'm going to put on here. This is, think of this bar like a safety flip down that you have on the sides of your bench. There's pins on the bottom of this that lock in these inner holes, and then you have locking pins to just lock it in place. And then you have two peg holes, a couple pegs on this Preacher Curl attachment that just drops down into that, just like that. I've got my safety arms out front. I put a plank on here. This plank I usually used to use for seal rows. Now I have a dedicated seal row bench. I've got the plank on there to set my bar on. Bar's out front here, so I can just grab it like that. So the Easy Bar from Titan fits perfectly between my uprights here, and it will on the Titan bench, Titan rack also. But if you're using a rackable bar and you're out in front here, if you squeeze too far here, you're going to smack your bar against these uprights. Now with the Easy Curl bar, I can control it and bring it right in between, or just not pull it up quite as far. Don't go to a full lockout, which I don't normally pull it all the way up until the last rep anyway. Now this is a 40-pound bar, so it makes it a lot easier for me. If you're using 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, making sure that you come up and you guide it within these bars might be a little bit harder. So the reason I used the SPR 1000 this morning is when I went to put this this arm in here, this brace that holds your Preacher Curl pad. The holes weren't in perfect alignment. I was off like an 1/8 of an inch, and so this would not even fit on my Titan rack. So that being said, the issue could be that I'm on stall mats over here, and when I set that up, 1/8 of an inch for your front peg holes for your safeties, or dumbbell holders, or even your J cups, you're not going to notice 1/8 of an inch. But you do notice 1/8 of an inch when you go to slide something that's fixed like this bar that holds the Preacher Curl pad. You go to slide it in and you're off 1/8 of an inch, and the holes on that aren't forgiving. They aren't larger than the peg. They're exactly the same size as your locking peg. And so if you're off by 1/8 of an inch, it's not going to fit. So the issue there may be that I need to loosen up the bolts on my rack, get everything in alignment, mount this in it, and then crank those bolts down tight so everything's perfectly lined up. We're talking 1/8 of an inch there. Could be an issue with Titan. Some people don't like Titan. Sometimes Titan's drilling is not perfectly precise. Unfortunately, that's the way it is, and people have to return that stuff. I've had pretty good luck with Titan. So the issue with that, I'm thinking, is probably in my setup on that. I didn't have the Preacher Curl flip down arm in there, and so it wasn't perfectly lined up. I tightened it down, and now I'm off 1/8 of an inch, and this rack's not fitting. I could take it all apart and do that right now, but I'm not going to make this video that long. It does work, and this is a pretty good setup for doing easy curls if you don't want to expend the extra space that you need to have, like a Preacher Curl, seated Preacher Curl, or even a standing. The profile of a standing Preacher Curl is probably pretty good size, because usually your safeties are mounted out in front of you. You sit your bar down on, even if it doesn't have one behind you. Some of them have it where you can use it from both sides, so position wise you're going to lose space that way. This is tight, conforms within your rack. It was pretty cheap. I think it was $134. I got it for $124. I think I had $10 off or something like that, 10%. I don't, or maybe it was 5%. I don't. Small discount anyway. Do I like it? I do like it. It's a little process setting it up. It takes 5-10 minutes for me to move everything around and manipulate it, but it does work, and it makes doing standing easy curls, which I like to do, doable in your garage gym. So, and I've got a lot of space taken up in my garage gym. So this is my second day of my workout. I'm going to get into these curls, do some triceps, do some dips, things like that. This is day 2 of me trying to get back in shape. So until next time, until I come up with some other video, this is it. Have a good day.